Alright, welcome back guys. If you have made it here, you already survived project setup. That's good. So today we are talking about components, which is basically the heart of Angular. If you understand components, everything else in Angular starts making sense. If you don't, Angular will feel like magic that hurts you. So we need to understand this because without this, you might not be able to survive Angular. So as our document says, we need a branch for every lesson we will be doing. So we are going to create our branch for the lesson 2 so that if you don't want to follow along, you can just pull it and follow the video whilst checking the repo, and you can also make some tweaks on it. Okay, here we go. We create our branch lesson 2. That's where we are in now. So yep, let's get to it. We are going to start. So today, no theory overload. We are building real components for our portfolio site and learning just enough to move forward. What is a component actually? Let's keep this simple. A component is a piece of the UI, user interface, with its own HTML, its own logic, and its own styles. So if you check, we have, okay, this one is not well organized, but I'll show you the one we will create. So it will have its own HTML, CSS or CSS depending on your configuration, and then the TypeScript, which is the logic, and this is the styles. Okay, think of components like Lego blocks. For example, if we had a header, a footer, about section, instead of one huge HTML file like this, we will have small reusable pieces. So in the meantime, let me just run our project and see how it looks so that we will be working with something that we will be seeing, because I want us to separate what we currently have. Okay, that's a local host. Okay, still building. Okay, done. Here we go. So currently this is what we have. We are going to break this into reusable components. Okay, so the things we want to start with, we want to start generating our components. So we know on our project we are going to need a header and a footer. So those are the things that I'm going to start with. I'm going to do open in terminal here so that I can do ng create inside the app, or you can just open a normal terminal and then you will be at the root here. So what you need to do is you need to do cd source, and then inside source you enter inside app, and then you hit enter. Now you're inside here, so it's similar to what I did on this tab, but this time I'm just using command prompt, which I think is universal whether you're using which IDE. So I'll stick to that for now. So the next thing I'll do is I'm going to generate our components. So what I'm going to do, I will separate them into layouts and some of them into pages. So if I say ng g, so let's start with layout. For our layout, we're grouping things such as footer, header. Maybe if we have a generic layout later, we might put it in here as well. So I skipped C for component, layout, and then header. So this will create a folder called layout. Since it's not here, it will create it, and our component header. Boom, there we have our header here, which is good. Now let's create for footer as well. and then at least one page, which is home. We'll start with a home page. So here they will be in pages, and for ease of identification, I'll make this home page. All right, the page at the end there, just to make them identifiable. Let's say you might have some other components called home with different aspects. They will be different. This one will be for page. Okay, we move there. So after generating our components, now you see we have two folders, layout, pages. So if I go into header here, you see we have 4 components. We have the HTML part, which is the UI, and we have the CSS, which is the style, and we have the TS, which is the logic part. And this logic part is what links everything else together. You see we have the template URL, which is the HTML, and we have the style, which is the header. Some might choose to write everything under the TS file. You just remove this, and there is a way to do it, but I'm not going into that because I don't recommend it. And we have this 40 file. We don't have to worry about it now, but we will get into it because it's crucial when you're building larger or bigger scale project, or even smaller ones, because it helps you catch bugs before you release. This is called testing. You'll be writing small unit tests to test your logic if it's doing correctly. Yeah, let me not dive deeper. Okay, now that we are there, what we are going to do is we want now to combine everything. First thing, what I'm going to do, let's clean up our main file, which is our entry point. Now app.html. I don't need all these. So let's put our header at the top. Say app header, which is this one, and I close it. So you can make them self-closing. So the reason why it's complaining that you see we have an error here, it's because we need to first import it. This is where the aspect of standalone components comes in. If we come here to our header in the TS, this is a standalone component, so we need to import it inside the imports, but this is the header, so we are using it in app.html here. So you see we are already importing this, so we just need to add another import, which is header component. Okay, why is it not appearing? This one. This is what we need to import here, and then it's not found. Here it is. If we save, our errors should be gone. So in previous versions, it was not by default that all our components were standalone. The previous versions, you need to specify standalone to true so that they become standalone. But in later versions, after 9, I think 17, 19, after 17, Angular 17, this becomes default to true. So if you're working on an older version, don't confuse it, the two. Okay, so once we do that, let us see what we have on our UI. So we have our header. Remember we removed the useless parts. Now we want to add our footer below everything. So for now, I'll just comment out this because I'm not going to touch it, but that's our next lecture. So we want footer, which is app footer, and then enable import, and then okay, it's there. Now it's complaining about we are importing something that we are not using. Don't worry about it. Footer works. So our footer now works. So now we have our home page. Our home page is supposed to be in between these two items. Okay, we need it in between here. This is our home page. Here it is. And we just make sure it's imported here. And voila, we are good. So if you can see these contents, the changes, congrats, you are doing good work, you're following along. We just wired up 3 components together, which is good. So now we need to look into the data inside components. So we're going to be working with homepage for now. So if I open homepage, okay, I can just do this. Here it is. Let's say on my home, I need to put a name in the row. So I'll say name, string, and give it a name, John Doe. But I'm not John Doe. I'm just going to be using my actual names, Newton, Go, and then my row, software engineer. Okay, so this information, I'm going to display it on our page. So if we come here, I'm going to remove this. Oh, let me just leave it for the sake of watching. We put in H1. Oh, H1, I put name, and then the row. H2, I save. If I come again, you see Milton Gore, software engineer. The home page is still here, so I'm just going to remove it to avoid a little bit of confusion. I remove it, I save, and there it is. Voila, we are good. So this is called interpolation. What we just did here. So having double curly braces here means we are telling Angular to put a value which is inside this variable. This variable is declared in our logic file here. So we are good. If you just change this value, it should be able to change. Okay. So we just did interpolation. Now the next part is, let's say you want to pass in some information to homepage from the parent. This is where we use input at input. Let's say I want to know the title. This title should be filled with the parent calling this. So if I just say add input, this is annotating, add input, like this, and then let me just put blank here. If I save, I just want to make sure I'm also having it here as well. So I'm just going to say title, like this. So if I save, you see there's no title there because I didn't put any data. But if I come to the app file here, where in home, Now I can pass in the title like this, title homepage, because I'm passing it from the parent component. And voila, homepage Milton Gore, of which I need Mr. there because I'm a man. So if I open here and put my title, save, you see now it's making sense, Mr. Milton, which is good. So what I did here, I just pass inline directly, but you can pass in using a variable. Let's say I need a proper variable. I can just have my title equals to Mr. And then I come here. If I want to pass in, instead of writing like this, I do this. So if I use square brackets, it means it's expecting a variable, which is this one. Now it's because I didn't save here. Okay, now it's working, it's good. If I come back, you see, now that dot, I didn't put a dot in the logic file because I wanted you to see the difference. As you can see, it's working. So yeah, this is how the parents passes information to its children component. So this is the power of Angular. It means you can create your own components with dynamic values, dynamic items. So yep, you don't have to master this today, just know it exists, and if you can go through some of it. We have links like this. You can just visit Angular, master the components. This page will help you understand a lot, and we also have this as well for you to understand inputs. It's very helpful and it will make you understand a lot of things. Okay, I don't want you to memorize my words, but I want you to learn how to read Angular docs as well. So yeah, you can go ahead and read all of these. So one tip before we go, this is not looking good. So I'm going to show you a little quick trick to use AI. So me, I'm a lazy guy, and this is what I'll be using most of the time as well. I don't want to generate a lot of code, most of the code. So I'm going to ask AI to generate a code for me. Okay. If you go on Gemini and use a to-code canvas, it's a good one. Make sure you select canvas and then you say, hi, I need a good homepage for my portfolio page. Using pure HTML and CSS. And you tell it should have header and header, footer, and some necessary aspects. So if you do this, it will try to generate a code for you using canvas. Okay, so just hang in there, you see how good this is. La, 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 la. So you see it's using external libraries, these ones. So we will just use those as well in our project to make it look cool. So let us wait for it to finish. Wait for it, it's almost done. It's almost done there, to make it good for you. So yeah, it's good to have AI help us as well. So this is the part that we don't want at the moment, but no worries. Let's see what it cooked for me. So yep, as you can see, but it put a navigation that is good. You see, you have a fully blown project, full complete project. How is that? From everything you need. So what you just need to do, come here, copy the code. We don't need the script part because we will be using Angular to do most of the stuff. So first things, we need these CDN links. Let's copy them and put them in our own HTML file. This is a bonus for you guys. It's not part of the lesson, but yeah, let's have it so that you have something to play with. We have some fun. If I save and then I go back, now this style, I'll copy it, put it in our main CSS file. Up to here, I copy this. And by the way, Gemini, you can do this even on a free version, which is a bonus for everyone and a good thing for us. I save that. And finally, I take my war code. I'm going to put it inside home and we'll figure it out later. Copy this. We put it inside our home. Let me remove this. You'll understand them. Okay, now if I save, let's have a look at how this thing looks. Okay, as you can see, it's still distorted. It means there are some CSS that are not matching. But anyways, should I fix this for you or should I give you an assignment? Just thinking out loud. Let's see. So debugging, just have a look at what's causing this. Check for your CSS. Okay, our CSS is not saved. Okay, let's go back. Let's save everything. We save here. We come here. Let's save here as well. Okay, seems it's saved, but let's stop and restart. Maybe it needs a jump start. A typical software engineering solution. Restart everything. Okay, seems as if it's not still picking up our CSS. Okay, there should be something. Which we are missing. But anyways, I will leave this to you and I'll post the actual fix for you guys in the branch. But yeah, that's how you can do with Gemini. So for me to not prolong this lesson, I'm going to stop here. And then if anyone can fix it, go ahead, try it, give it a go. That's how you also learn, trying to fix things. But this is also how I do some coding. I don't, nowadays, there's no need for you to code everything. You can just ask any AI to help you. So yeah, thank you for listening and thank you. We'll see you on the next chapter. For this one, just make sure you fix this and make sure your profile is looking wonderful, nice. as your Gemini has given you. Okay, see you guys. Bye bye.